I'm Roman Yossi of the Nashville Predators.
I'm Dante Fabro of the Nashville Predators.
This is Philip Forsberg of the Nashville Predators.
I'm Colton Sissons of the Nashville Predators.
I'm Eustace Aros of the Nashville Predators.
You're listening to the Renegades of Puck
with Crazy Charlie.
Welcome to the bunker. Welcome to the Renegades of Puck podcast. I'm your host and captain, Crazy Charlie Saunier. And before we get to the know-how step in hockey coverage, first, let me direct you to our home website, renegadesofpuck.com. Once you go to renegadesofpuck.com, you'll learn everything you need to know about the show. Once you've been educated about the show, you can click on that merchandise tab, take you straight to our classic logo t-shirt, our Pride logo t-shirt, all of our different special event t-shirts, and so much more. All the gimmicks you've come to know and love and expect from Renegades of Puck are all still available in our online store. Whether that's socks, throw pillows, wall art, bed sets, makes no difference to us. You can outfit your entire person or your entire home with Renegades of Puck merchandise. We'd appreciate it if you would go ahead and do so. After all, we've sold out so that you can buy in. Social media is of critical importance to this operation, so here's how you can support the Renegades of Puck. You can find us on social media on X and Threads, also on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook, so please, whatever it is in social media that you prefer, give us a like, give us a subscription, follow along, and jump in the trenches with the Renegades of Puck. You can also find us on YouTube and stick taps. Love and respect to all of our recent subscribers. We sure do appreciate you. We appreciate you helping get our numbers up. We have big plans for our YouTube page. We're trying to bolster those numbers, so please, if you could, search Renegades of Puck on YouTube and subscribe to the page today. Turn on those notifications if you would as well. That'll help you know when the latest episodes of Renegades of Puck TV, our preview, our recap, our interview segments, all of the different segments that are featured here on the show are also on our YouTube channel. You can also find the podcast in audio form in numerous places thanks to the Full Press NHL network. From 2023 to 2024, we've gone from local to global. We continue that momentum from January to February 2024, and we sure do appreciate each and every one of you for checking out the show. You can do that on Google, Stitcher, Spotify, Amazon, several other platforms. Whatever it is your preferred platform is for podcasts, just search Renegades of Puck today. Venmo, that's how you can support the show financially. You can make a donation by scanning the QR code that's currently on your screen, or you can just go to Venmo and search Renegades of Puck. Every dollar goes a long way to helping this independent hockey operation, so please, if you can spare a couple, send them on over by scanning the QR code that is currently on your screen. We continue making upgrades. We continue upgrading and making and getting new equipment. So please, if you can, help us out. Every dollar goes a long way to helping this hockey operation right now. Listen, I know it's time for the No Half Step in Goods, so let's get to it. It is time for Operation number 868. That's right. Time for show number 868. And at this moment in hockey history, the Nashville Predators currently find themselves in fifth place in the Central Division after 52 games skated. They have a record of 27-23 and 2. That is 56 points. They are 11 points behind the third place and automatic qualifying playoff spot currently held by the Winnipeg Jets. We'll update the Central Division standings coming up here in just a second. On home ice, which is where the Predators' next game will take place, they have a record of 14-13-0. The Preds have scored 158 goals in the season. They've given up 164 goals in the season. That's a goal differential of -6. Now, I promise you some standing updates, so let's talk about the Central, then the wild card, because they both are very important for the Nashville Predators team. The Dallas Stars currently lead the Central Division after 52 games skated with 72 points. Colorado has skated in 53 games. They have 68 points. Winnipeg in third place has skated in 50 games, the least of the three at the top of the division. They have 67 points. So the three-team weave at the top of the division continues. Who is going to get stuck in that 2-3 match by the end of the season? I think that is going to be a very, very important thing that we continue watching. So we're establishing we have a top three in this division, and then we have a break off to the next three teams, which is the St. Louis Blues in fourth place at 58 points, the Nashville Predators in fifth place at 56 points, and then the Minnesota Wild in sixth place at 53 points. And then the Arizona Coyotes have slipped quite a bit as of late, down to 50 points, now 6 points behind Nashville, and 31 points for the Blackhawks in eighth place. They are the only team that is absolutely, completely out of it at this moment in time. Now, the wild card standings. This is of critical importance, and we're going to continue tracking this each and every show going forward. The LA Kings sit in wild card 1 with 58 points. The St. Louis Blues sit in wild card 2 with 58 points. The Nashville Predators, the first team on the outside, looking in with 56. Then the Calgary Flames just behind the Preds with 55 points. And then it is actually the Minnesota Wild is the next team on that. Seattle has also fallen off as of late. Teams will go up. Teams will go down. We'll continue tracking it here on every episode. For the Nashville Predators, once they wrap up this game against New Jersey, and this is all the markings and potential of a trap game. Thursday, Dallas comes to town. The first place Dallas Stars in the Central Division, a critically important game for the Nashville Predators. Also on Saturday at St. Louis, so the Preds cannot get caught in the trap of an Eastern Conference opponent they have not seen this season that's not performing at a particularly high level coming in. The Preds have to take these points seriously tonight. On Saturday at St. Louis, I mentioned that. Then Tuesday in Vegas, continue continuing the road trip on the 22nd in LA, the 24th of February in San Jose. One more game on the road trip after that before coming back home. Not to mention it's the first of two regular season meetings between the Preds and the Devils. The next one will take place almost at the very, very end of the schedule. On April the 7th, the Predators will make their one and only trip to Newark, New Jersey this season, unless somehow they end up playing for a best of 7 at the very end of the season. That would be tremendous. I'd be okay with that. The Devils on the season are 26-21-4. They have 56 points. They are 4th overall in the Metropolitan Division. On the road, a pretty solid record, 14-9-2. 14-9-2 on the road. 172 goals for, 178 goals against. That's a goal differential of -6, exactly the same as the Nashville Predators. Now, the Devils are coming in after playing at home last night. So let's go back and talk about their last 5, and we'll recap what happened with the Devils last night. On the 27th of January, it was a 6-3 loss at Tampa Bay. On the 6th of February, coming out of the All-Star break, it was a 5-3 win versus Colorado. On the 8th of February, it was a 5-3 loss versus Calgary. On the 10th of February, a 1-0 overtime loss at Carolina. And most recently, meaning last night, it was on February the 12th, a 3-1 win versus Seattle. Dow's got the start in net and went 27 out of 28 and picked up the victory. Devils jump on a plane out of Newark, New Jersey, and head immediately here to Nashville, and they will play tonight. And here's the matchup and the numbers and the rankings for tonight's game. These are updated through last night's Seattle game for the Devils. Goals for the Devils averaging 3.37 per game this season. That's 10th best in the NHL. The Nashville Predators even at 3. They've ticked back up, which is good news. That's 19th overall in the National Hockey League. In the goals against category, the Devils giving up a huge number, 3.47. That's 27th overall in the league. The Preds 3.15. That is 19th in the NHL. In the shots for category, Devils, good solid number right here, 31.4 shots per game. That's 11th best in the league. The Preds 31 is 15th. In the shots against category, these two teams are almost identical. 29.9 for the Devils is 12th. 30 even is 13th for the Nashville Predators. On the special teams, the Devils do have a decided advantage in both of these statistical metrics. Their power play is converting at 24% this season. That's 9th best overall in the National Hockey League. 37 out of 154 opportunities. National Predators power play is converting at 19.1%. That's 20th best in the NHL. 35 out of 183 opportunities. The Devils penalty kill is killing off 79.9% this season. That's 17th overall in the league. 32 power play goals against. The Preds penalty kill rate 75.9% is 27th in the league. 40 power play goals against. That's a massive, massive number right there. When it comes to each and every individual team in the NHL, we like to talk about the top 5 scorers for each team. And for the Predators, we do have a little bit of a shakeup in the top 5 for the first time in seemingly all season long. Philip Forsberg still leads the team in scoring, 25 goals, paces the team, 28 assists added to that, equals 53 points, which is number 1 overall on the team. 11 goals for Roman Josi, 36 assists for 47 points. Those 36 assists represents the number 1 in that category on the Nashville Predators. Ryan O'Reilly's at 18 goals and 26 assists for 44 points. Gus Nyquist has made it to 40 points now. His breakdown goes 12 and 28. And Tommy Novak is now Todd Colton Sissons for 5th on the team in scoring. Both have 25 points. Tommy Novak breaks down to be 9 goals and 16 assists. So great to see Tommy Novak getting back on the score sheet. It's about time we can say it again. All he does is make plays. Let's see if Tommy Novak can continue that momentum tonight against the Devils. UC Saros goes 20-19-2 on the season. 902 save percentage of 2.97 goals against average for the Nashville Predators. Now we're on the New Jersey Devils side of the ledger. Bratt's got 20 goals and 35 assists for 55 points on the season. Hughes has the other Hughes, 16 and 31 for 47. Toffoli, 22 goals, 13 assists for 35 points. And Tyler Toffoli has played pretty good in his career against the Nashville Predators. Hischier, 14 and 19 for 33. Eric Holla, 11 goals and 15 assists for 26 points. And Vanacek expected to get the start in net, 17, 9 and 3 and 890 save percentage, 3.18 goals against average. Again, Dawes got the start against Seattle last night at home, won 27 out of 28. So Vanacek should get the start tonight for New Jersey against UC Saros. Devils coming in after playing last night, traveling, and now getting a rested Nashville Predators team who has not played since that thrilling comeback against the Arizona Coyotes the other night. And it's the only game they have played since the All-Star break. So the Preds, plenty of legs under them, plenty well rested, now a game of experience. The only thing that concerns me is the concept of getting caught in the trap of overlooking the New Jersey Devils, who are an Eastern Conference opponent in 4th place and not that spectacular on the season. You're only going to see them one more time, and they shouldn't really have an effect on your season. And you have Dallas coming in next and then at St. Louis. So pivotal game against the New Jersey Devils. Don't fall in the trap. Don't take them lightly. Every team in the NHL is capable of jumping up and biting you, and it has happened multiple times this season. Andrew Brunette has simply had enough of the Nashville Predators not getting the job done. That's why Philip Tomasino is now back in Milwaukee. Mark Jankowski and Afanasiev is up here at the NHL level. We'll track how they do in their first night of action, and we'll track how the lineup goes. Still possibly some changes coming up, but Andrew Brunette is clearly ready to start moving ahead with the playoff rush and playoff race this year. Phil Tomasino does great in Milwaukee. Carl Taylor has certainly got a juggernaut down there, now winning 14 in a row. They have not put up a loss in the calendar year 2024. That's got you all set up for the Preds and the Devils at Bridgestone Arena. We got to go back and talk about the Preds' first game out of the All-Star break. It's called the Rebirth Sports Full Game Recap. It's coming up next right here on the Renegades of Puck podcast.
Hockey players are as unique as the game itself, and your uniform should be tailored to fit you. Rebirth Sports is your sports apparel tailor. From shells, bags, warm-ups, hats, hoodies, branding, and more, let Rebirth Sports be your custom hockey tailor.
And don't forget to tell them they do more than just hockey.
Rebirth Sports on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Rebirth Sport, a match made in hockey.
It's now time for the Rebirth Sports Full Game Recap. We go all the way back to February the 10th, the year 2024, when the Nashville Predators were finally back on the ice coming out of the All-Star break versus the Arizona Coyotes. Head coach Andrew Brunette deployed his lines and combinations in the following way: Forsberg, O'Reilly, and Nyquist, Novak, Glass, and Tomasino. Trennan, Sissons, and Smith make up your third line. Sherwood, McCarron, Evangelista make up your fourth line. Yossi and Barry are your top defensive pairing. McDonough and Shen, Luzon, and Carey round out the defensemen. UC Saros gets the start in net at Bridgestone Arena. We are just 50 seconds into the game, and it's UC Saros coming up with a save on Krause. It's the first shot on goal of the game at the 2:03 mark. The first period, UC Saros coming up with a save on O'Brien, 3:47. Saros another save on Mosier at the 4:33 mark of the first period. UC Saros back to work again, coming up with a save on Dermott. UC Saros doing the hard work in the first 5 minutes of the game. At 4:45, Ingram comes up with his first save of the game. That's on Philip Forsberg. That's the first shot on goal for the National Predators. 5:07 of the first. Krause hits the post for Arizona at the 6:57 mark. The first period, it's Ingram coming up with a save, and the captain, Roman Yossi. Teams exchanging chances now. 8:54, Saros a save on Keller at the 10:49 mark of the first period. UC Saros coming up with a save on Zucker at the 11:40 mark. Saros another save, this time on Krause. Our first goal of the game comes at the 12:28 mark of the first period. It's Ryan O'Reilly getting his 18th goal of the season. It was Philip Forsberg with the feed from below the goal line to the side of the slot area, and the shot pinballs in the most incredible way. It goes off of the post, off of Connor Ingram, off of the crossbar, off of Connor Ingram, and then into the net. Just one of the most improbable pinball shots you're ever going to see, but this is the NHL, so something different happens every game. O'Reilly's 18th gets the Preds on the board with a 1-0 lead at the 12:28 mark of the first period. But the celebration doesn't last very long, because at 13:10 of the first period, it's Dermott with his second goal of the season. As the Preds D collapses low, it allowed just all the time and the space at the top of the zone to take a good shot through some heavy traffic. That ties the game up at 1 apiece at the 13:10 mark, the first period. We'll go to 14:17 now of the first period. Ingram coming up with the save on Philip Forsberg at 15:14 of the first period. Our first penalty of the game. It's Captain Roman Yossi off to the box. 2 minutes for high sticking Cole Smith would do the heavy, relentless penalty killing here. 2 to 3 takeaways and a shot on goal, all within one sequence in the Coyote zone. Very impressive effort. That's bringing the jam in a shorthanded situation in a most no half-stepping way. UC Saros would come up with a save on Valimaki, but that would be it for the Arizona Coyotes on that power play. At 17:21 the first period, the Preds would get their first power play opportunity when Dermott would go off the box. 2 minutes for holding the stick. The Preds, though, would not generate a single shot on net. As a matter of fact, the power play would look pretty awful. We hit the end of the first period with the Coyotes out shooting the Nashville Predators 12-10. We do have a 1-1 hockey game. Doesn't take long on the clean sheet of the second period. Only 21 seconds for our first action as Connor Ingram comes with the save on Cole Smith at 1:40 mark. It's UC Saros coming with the save on O'Brien. At the 3:06 mark of the second period, it's Connor Ingram coming with the save on Tyson Barrie. 3:55 sees UC Saros come up with a save on Keller's deflection. Keller, of course, has had great success against the Predators this season. The 4:37 mark of the second period, it's Ingram coming up with a save on Philip Forsberg, plus the follow-up by Nyquist. Great scoring opportunity here by the Nashville Predators. Now, At 5:32 of the second period, the Predators are going to get another power play opportunity as Durzi is going to be off the box. 2 minutes for cross-checking, but just like the first Predators power play, just not a lot happening right here. The Preds would, again, not get a single shot on goal during the full 2-minute man advantage. At the 7:48 mark, we just played only a few seconds of 5-on-5 hockey. We're already going back to special teams, and we are really going to special teams here. At the 7:48 mark of the second period, it's McMain off the box. 2 minutes for hooking. And then immediately, it's Philip Forsberg off to the box. 2 minutes for hooking. Now, we have a 4-on-4, but then it's the Arizona Coyotes picking up a bench minor for too many men on the ice. That puts the Predators back on the ever unusual 4-on-3 power play, but that's when Glass picks up a penalty. He's off to the box. 2 minutes for tripping, but wait. We are not done yet. Hayton then is also going to pick up a penalty during the special teams exchange. This is going to be 2 minutes for high sticking. Now, the next part of the file tree, the Captain Roman Josi, is something different than a penalty. It is a goal for the Nashville Predators. His 11th of the season comes on a heavy one-timer from the right circle. Good setup by the Preds power play right here. Puts the Preds back on top 2-1. We finally return to some 5-on-5 hockey at the 12:31 mark of the second period. We find UC Saros coming up with a save on Cooley at the 15:14 mark of the second period. UC Saros coming up with a save on Keller at 16:24. The second UC Saros coming up with a save on Michelli. 17:32 Luzon. He's off to the box. 2 minutes for interference, and this is going to give Gunther an opportunity to just stop the puck in a most glorious way. He had so much time, so much space. He was able to hand that heater of a pass with his skate, put it on the blade, and then pick top shelf, giving the Arizona Coyotes their second goal of the game. For Gunther, his fourth goal of the season. We have a tie game here going into the second intermission. Shots on goal after 2. Arizona's managed to get 12 shots on goal in both periods. They now have 24. The Preds have 19 for the game, picking up 9 in the second period overall. We flip over to the back of the sheet, and we pick ourselves up at the beginning of the third period. We go 1:37 in, and it's UC Saros coming with a save on Michelli at 1:45 of the third period. It's Valimaki getting his second goal of the season. It was a long shot that also pinball 2 sets of pants on the way into the net. So the Nashville Predators get a pinball goal, and the Arizona Coyotes get a more traditional pinball style goal right here. Now Arizona leads 3-2 in this game. At the 4-minute mark of the third period, it's Cole Smith off to the box. 2 minutes for interference. And unfortunately for the Nashville Predators, it's Nick Schmaltz converting on the power play for the Arizona Coyotes with his 14th goal of the season. It was incredibly strong passing by the Arizona Coyotes in the Preds defensive zone that led to Schmaltz getting the easy finish. The Arizona Coyotes lead 4-2 now here in the third period. At the 4:19 mark, just after Arizona takes the 2-goal lead, it's going to be Bukestad off the box. 2 minutes for hooking. Connor Ingram's going to come with a save on Philip Forsberg. Then Connor Ingram's going to come with a save on Ryan O'Reilly, plus the jam follow-up on the rebound. It is going to be Tommy Novak before the end of the power play, converting for the Nashville Predators his 9th goal of the season. It was a top-shelf finish. It was, in fact, a snipe. Tommy Novak, you know the name. All he does is make plays. Arizona still leads 4-3, but the Preds gaining some momentum off this power play goal. At the 7:23 mark of the third period, it's Ingram coming up with a save on McDonough. At the 9:27 mark of the third period, it's Ingram coming up with a save on McDonough again, but this time he has Philip Forsberg crashing and following up behind. Another save for Ingram leads to a scrum after the whistle as Philip Forsberg continues to be ornery in this game. That same Philip Forsberg, just 30 seconds later, at 9:59 of the third period, is going to pick up his 25th goal of the season. It was O'Reilly's shot off of Ingram's shoulder, lands in the blue paint, and Forsberg slams it home, not only winning the battle, but physically dominating that battle and getting that puck into the net. Forsberg's 25th goal of the season ties this game at 4 apiece. You could just tell the Nashville Predators were just buzzing around the zone the last couple of minutes. Now in a tie game, everything resets. Things start to slow down a little bit. That's why we find at 11:48, it's Ingram coming up with a save on Sissons. At 13:43, Ingram comes up with a save on Philip Forsberg. At 17:08, Ingram comes up with a save on Glass. 18:32, Ingram a save on Glass again. And then we go to 19:54, just 6 seconds left in regulation. Susi Saros coming up with his final save of regulation on Moser. We hit the end of regulation. Each team is awarded a point. The Nashville Predators for the game outshoot Arizona 36-30 after the shots on goal being 24-19 in favor of Arizona after the second. The Preds, 36 shots on goal in total for regulation. Impressive third period. The Preds with a 2-goal comeback. Let's go to the overtime and decide this final point. It is 28 seconds, and it's the captain, Roman Josi, hitting the post with the big ping, looking to end this one. The Nashville Predators hit the post numerous times on the evening. This one as dramatic as can be. At 1:12 of the overtime session, it's UC Saros coming up and saying, Michelli's backhand and the follow-up jam. Only awarded one shot on goal right here, but UC Saros had to be strong, holding that, waiting for the whistle. Nashville Predators would reset, get the puck, and it would be Ryan McDonough finishing this game off with his second goal of the season. It was Tommy Novak who did the hard work. He carried the puck from the neutral zone, carried it down along the wall, fought through a hard check, won that battle, went behind the net, comes out the other side, feeds the slot, and Ryan McDonough perfectly positioned, stick down, waiting for the play, and gets his first ever overtime game-winning goal. Ryan McDonough, second of the season, gives the Nashville Predators a 5-4 victory in overtime at Bridgestone Arena. The Nashville Predators outshoot the Arizona Coyotes 37-31 for this game, and the Nashville Predators needed this one in such a big way. A 2-goal comeback on home ice in front of a really big crowd on a Saturday night. Good stuff for the team. Coming out of the All-Star break, I was concerned. Would they still be weary? Would they be better than they were when they went into the All-Star break? Well, by the third period, they got their legs under them, and they really got things going. We've got so much more to talk about in this game. Analysis coming up after the break, but that's the Rebirth Sports full game recap right here on the Renegades of Puck podcast. Damn, it feels good to be back in the bunker and in the trenches with each and every one of you Renegades of Puck.
Hello. I'm Tracy, owner-operator of Strong Style Fitness. And that's me and my training assistant, Rizzo. And we are here to bring you fitness that meets you where you are by offering circuit classes, bar-inspired classes, Tabata workouts, boot camps, guided stretching, and more, all taught by a certified personal trainer, me. To learn more, go to our website, strongstylefit.com. Subscribe on YouTube at Strong Style Fitness. Follow on social media at Strong Style Fit. But most importantly, let's get you moving. It doesn't matter if it's your first workout or you've been doing it for years. Strong Style Fitness has the workout that meets you on your journey and helps you along the path to a happier, healthier life. I understand where you've been, what you were going through, and where you were going, and I want to take you there. We'll see you on the mat. Mwah.
UC Saros was 27 out of 31 in this game, 4 goals against, and you know what? He was really strong early. The first 4 minutes, 45 seconds, he was the only netminder that touched a puck. Nashville Predators a little slow getting started coming out of the All-Star break, a little slow getting their skates underneath them, but we all know they did get their skates underneath them by the third period. So he was good early. He was better late, keeping the Nashville Predators in that game once it was tied up and then helping the Preds secure that extra point. The D did not necessarily help him a lot. First of all, too many penalties against by the Nashville Predators, too many special team situations for UC Saros to end up facing, and the D was having some difficulties collapsing and also tipping pucks in off of pant legs. So for the Nashville Predators, UC Saros, I felt played a better game than the box score may indicate. An .871 save percentage would indicate an incredibly poor performance, but he comes away with the victory. And again, his best work was early in the game in the first period and late in the third period in overtime once the Nashville Predators came back and tied the game up. I thought UC Saros was actually okay in this game despite what the box score might say. Sometimes that's where the numbers can be deceiving. The eye test and what actually happened factually does matter, and UC Saros did not play as bad as the numbers might indicate. Philip Forsberg had a goal. He had an assist. He had 2 points. He had 8 shots on goal, and this is really why I put Philip Forsberg first. There was a lot of different options I could have put here for the first topic, but I wanted to discuss that new attitude. Listen, had a great time at the All-Star weekend. He obviously excelled. He got a whole lot of headlines, a whole lot of chatter, a lot of TV time, and he played quite well and performed quite well in the entirety of the All-Star weekend, what he was able to and allowed to participate in. But Forsberg came back, and it was a little bit more snarl to his game. Now, listen, I have been critical at times. It seems Philip Forsberg Forsberg was having more fun and less fight. He wasn't necessarily driving to the net as hard, but that all seemed to flip in last night's game. I don't know who whispered in his ear, or I don't know what reality he came to over the All-Star break, but Philip Forsberg came back with a whole new attitude. He was creating scrums. He was jamming away at the puck. He was being incredibly difficult to play against, and he was also adding that high skill element and really trying to take it to the Coyotes in this game. If Philip Forsberg can continue on that level of intensity the rest of the season, there's no doubt that he's going to get to 40 goals this season. He may break his personal record and maybe the franchise record. So we will see. But Philip Forsberg has clearly come back from the All-Star break with a whole new attitude. That first game revealed a whole lot. That was more snarl than you've seen from Philip Forsberg. It is, after all, February. When the calendar flips, the Prince goes nuts. So, O'Reilly, the next point we want to talk about. 1 goal, 1 assist in this game for 2 points. Also, 6 shots on goal, 3 block shots, 24-53 of total time on ice. Again, just an incredibly professional hockey game. What a great veteran Ryan O'Reilly is. And it's going to be the first of a couple of points where we talk about incredible veterans on this team right now. Ryan O'Reilly performed at a very high level in this game. He got the first goal of the game, and he was a difference maker throughout the entirety of this game, filling up the stat columns across the board, leading in multiple categories. 2 points in the game, 6 shots on goal, 3 block shots, 24-13 time on ice, 5:34 on the power play, even 58 seconds of penalty kill time. Ryan O'Reilly did it all in this game. He stepped up and performed big time right alongside with Philip Forsberg. And then you got to also add in their line mate Nyquist, who picked up 2 assists in this game as well. Tommy Novak, a goal and an assist, 2 points in this game. He's now tied for 5th on the team in scoring. That's set up in overtime. Listen, this is incredible. He was a huge factor in the comeback by scoring a goal. He got the 2-goal comeback going with that power play goal, and that was impressive, but I want to spend way more of the analysis time on Tommy Novak talking about the play in overtime as he carried the puck from the neutral zone over the blue line, down the wall, fought right through a hard check along the wall, maintained possession, kept his momentum going, knew what he wanted to do seemingly before he got below the face-off circle on that wall, takes it behind the net, curls, sends it to the slot. McDonough perfectly open for the game-winning goal in overtime. So Tommy Novak, all he does is make plays. That was an incredible individual effort. As the 3-on-3 overtime usually requires pretty much an incredible individual effort. That's why I'm not the biggest fan of the 3-on-3 overtime, but I do love when moments like this happen. Tommy Novak carries the puck, fights through it, and a world-class distribution service to Ryan McDonough for the extra point in this game and the wins. Tommy Novak, I thought, was highly impressive, and now is tied for 5th on the team in scoring and seems to be trending in the right direction, breaking out of his offensive funk that he was in. And that's great news for the Nashville Predators because he heated up last year about this time as well. Captain Roman Josi also with 2 points in this game, a goal and an assist, 26-52 in total time on ice. That led the Nashville Predators in total time on ice. And the Captain Roman Josi was buzzing all over the rink again. He has been highly impressive as of late. And there were people starting to question whether his offensive numbers were going to get back to the levels that they were before. I can tell you right now, the Predators are 52 games into the season. The Captain Roman Josi has 47 points right now, and he is on fire. He's continuing to play good hockey. He's coming out of the All-Star break right where he left off, and he's now 2nd on the team in scoring, only 6 points behind Forsberg. 11 goals, on pace now for probably high teens in goals, which would be a very impressive season overall. And assists, it looks like he's going to get to over 50 assists without too much of a problem here. So for the Captain Roman Josi, he's going to have those numbers back exactly where we expect. He led his squad to a victory last night in a very difficult circumstance. A huge 2-goal comeback in the 3rd period, then winning it in overtime. Great job by Roman Josi leading his squad. Also, I saved it. Ryan McDonough. I couldn't decide if I want to talk about him first or last in this one. I want to talk about Forsberg's new attitude, and I want to talk about that old dog, Ryan McDonough. 1 goal, 1 assist for 2 points. Ryan McDonough with 2 points. The offensive dynamo, Ryan McDonough, winning the game for the Nashville Predators in overtime. You know what? Good job by the coaching staff for putting McDonough McDonough out there. Sometimes in a 3-on-3, you have a tendency to shorten the bench to a point where you're strangling your best players and you're not giving them enough time to catch their breath or breathe. And Ryan McDonough out there getting the opportunity, taking advantage of it. He did exactly what every hockey player in the universe is supposed to do. He followed the play in. He went to the net. He kept his stick down, and he was ready to shoot the puck, and Tommy Novak set him up perfectly. Ryan McDonough had to finish the play, though, and he did that with an expert snipe for his first ever career overtime game-winning goal. Stick taps to Ryan McDonough. That's a hell of a moment for a player who's played as many games and as many years as he has to win that one for the Predators. And the Predators, you know what? I thought that they looked really, really strong. And there's something we'll talk about in the box score coming up that revealed why the Predators suddenly got some more jump, got some more jam, and were able to come back from down 2 goals and seemingly dominate the Coyotes in the final 20 minutes of this game when they were unable to do so for the first 40. We'll talk about that next when we talk about the box score. But first, we've got to hear from our great friends, Stripe Digital Solutions.
The digital environment can be quite intimidating, time-consuming, and cumbersome, especially with all those other areas that need attention at your business, and that's why Stripe Digital Solutions is here to help. I know, because that's exactly what Stripe Digital Solutions did for me and the Renegades of Puck. From designing my home website and helping me create my merchandise to special event posters, brand building, and social media management. But it's not just that, it's so much more. Stripe Digital Solutions has helped me every step of the way. From startup to full-time operation, Stripe Digital Solutions has been there to assist and advise every single step of the journey. In today's fast-paced world, the path to success is having a strong digital partner, and nobody is better in the trenches than Brandy and Stripe Digital Solutions. Get the solution before it's even a problem with Stripe Digital Solutions.
Welcome back in Renegades of Puck podcast. Let's talk about the good cold hard numbers known as the box score, your goal scorers for this game. The Nashville Predators had 5 goals in this game, 5 different goal scorers. Philip Forsberg picks up a goal, Tommy Novak, Ryan O'Reilly with goals, the captain Roman Josi and Ryan McDonough each with goals, 3 goals from the forwards, 2 goals from the defensemen. When it comes to assists, Gus Nyquist with 2 assists in this game. That paced the Nashville Predators. Also forwards picking up assists were Philip Forsberg, Tommy Novak, and Ryan O'Reilly. On the defensive side of things, Barry picks up an assist. The captain, Roman Josi, picks up an assist. And also Ryan McDonough picking up an assist in this game. Shots on goal, Philip Forsberg, a dominant force in this game. 8 shots on goal, but he did put 1 in the net, and that's the most important thing. 6 shots on goal for Ryan O'Reilly. 4 shots on goal for Ryan McDonough. Again, that offensive dynamo, Ryan McDonough. Blocked shots on the forward side of things. Ryan O'Reilly had 3 in this game. Alex Carrier had 3. Luzon had 2 in this game. When it comes to the physical component of things, and this is something I wanted to definitely highlight and talk about, Sherwood had 5 hits in this game. In only 8:29 in total time on ice, Sherwood had 5 hits. And wanted to make sure I pointed that out. 4 hits for Luzon, and only 2 hits for Luke Shen. But it wasn't about the number of hits. It was about the quality and about the timeliness of the hits in this game. Luke Shen absolutely delivered one of the biggest open ice hits of the season for the Nashville Predators. The bench clearly reacted. More energy in the legs from that moment forward, and the Nashville Predators came back from down 2 goals to win this thing in overtime. So there is no doubt that there is a direct correlation between the hit by Luke Shen and then the comeback for the Nashville Predators. Shen hasn't been the most impressive player for the Nashville Predators this season, and there are a lot of people that would like to just forget that he was ever signed by this team, would like to just move on from it. But in this particular moment, Luke Shen may have really earned his first gold stripe as a Nashville Predator, because that hit got his team fired up and inspired. And then they came back and won this game, and beating the Arizona Coyotes in this game at Bridgestone Arena is critically important. The head-to-head matchup, going 0-3 and giving up all 6 points on the seasons, would have been a tragedy for the Nashville Predators in the playoff race coming up. The Preds pick up that extra point. Impressive stuff right there. That hit by Luke Shen that deserved a little bit of time to be talked about right here. Let's go to time on ice leaders. It is Ryan O'Reilly at 24:13, Gus Nyquist at 22:34, Philip Forsberg at 22 minutes. Roman Josi led the team in total time on ice in 26:52. He's the only defenseman to go over the 20-minute mark. McDonough was the only one even close, 19:56. In the power play, play time on ice. Power play went 2 for 6. The special teams was absurd in this game, especially that sequence in the second period. The Predators power play officially 2 for 6 in this game. It was 5:44 power play time on ice for Philip Forsberg, 5:34 for O'Reilly, 4:39 for Glass. The captain Roman Josi, 5:21 in power play time on ice, and Tyson Barrie, 3:50. And when it comes to the penalty kill, the Nashville Predators were 2 of 4, the highest penalty kill. And again, these were weird. Some of them were very short. The amount of time on some of them was very bizarre. 2:27 in total penalty kill time on ice for McDonough, 2:02 for Trennan, 1:44 for Alex Carrier. A couple of the other numbers falling out of the box score to bring you of note: 53.3 face-off winning percentage for the Nashville Predators. Good news right there. Always good to be above 50%. I'd like to see the Predators really tick that number back up a little bit, but they're on the positive side of it coming out of the All-Star break. That's good news. 27 hits is a nice number, big time right there. 12 block shots for the Predators. 6 takeaways, 13 giveaways, though. I think for the takeaways, out of 6 takeaways, I think 3 of the takeaways were Cole Smith on that 1 penalty kill shift. The 13 giveaways, that is a lot. That's sloppiness with the puck. Some of that came early in the game, and again, it took a while for the Preds to find their game underneath them. That's it for the box score, and I'm going to go right into that. It was a rested team, and you know what? It did take them a little bit of time. It was a very, very slow first 5 minutes of the game for the Predators, but UC Saros was there, backstop them, keep things under control, and once they finally started getting their skates under them, and it really was the Schenn hit that was kind of the igniter of the energy stepping up to a different level. The Predators were getting into this game, and it was 2-2, but then they found themselves kind of sloppily giving up those 2 goals early in the third period, and then it was immediately flipping a switch and turning it on and just dominating the third period. So the Predators finally got their skates under them coming out of the All-Star break. It's great that it happened before the end of this game. They were able to come back. It was a impressive 2-goal comeback on home ice in front of a home crowd and a big-time overtime win to come out of the All-Star break and officially cut the ribbon on the playoff race we're going to continuously talk about from now until the end of the season. So the Preds, they stay active in the race. They pick up those 2 points, and it was a good thing to see. They did look like a different team. O'Reilly looked rested. Forsberg looked like he had a whole new attitude coming back from the All-Star break, and there were other Predators out there on the rink who also looked like their legs might have been renewed, reinvigorated. Remember, this is a team populated with a lot of young players, and for a lot of young players, an 82-game schedule is an incredibly intense burden for them physically, mentally, and spiritually. So they're also adapting to that, getting through the rookie wall and fighting on to the playoff stretch. That's going to motivate everybody, and it's going to make everything a whole lot different and more exciting over the final 30 games of the season if Nashville Predators are continuously involved in the playoff race. You know what? That's going to do it for the Nashville Predators coverage in this one. A rested team looked really good. I'm curious to see what they're going to look like against New Jersey. I don't want a letdown game and an overlook game because of the huge games coming up against Dallas and then at St. Louis on Saturday. Those are important games, but this New Jersey game is just as important because the Preds are 2 points out of a wild card spot right now, and 2 points are available against the New Jersey Devils. So they need to go ahead and seize those points where possible. I want to take you on the way out, Renegades of Puck, to the Nashville Spartans versus the Buffalo Stampede from Friday night. My 45th all-time game on the headset for the Nashville Spartans. Let's take you now to Nolensville, Tennessee. Stick taps, love, and respect, Renegades. I'm your host and captain, Crazy Charlie Saunier. Will let me close the show out from the Spartans Arena. I'm Charlie Saunier, voice of the Nashville Spartans, coming to you from the Gary Force Acura Ice Arena on a rainy winter Friday evening here in the Middle Tennessee area. The Nashville Spartans are back home to take on the Buffalo Stampede. The Nashville Spartans currently, after 40 games skated, have a record of 32-7-1, 65 points, has them 3 points behind the first place Metro Jets in second place in the Great Lakes Division. It's the first of 2 final weekends to wrap up the regular season before the playoffs here at the Gary Force Acura Ice Arena. Nashville Spartans have already clinched their playoff spot, and they've done that largely behind Kyle Flynn, 23 goals, 51 assists for 74 points on the season. That's 11th in the USPHL Premier. Ronan Keenan is 15th overall in the USPHL and scoring with 31 goals, 42 assists for 73 points. And the captain, Austin McCauley, is 18th overall with 71 points on the season. Don't forget Daniel Duzek being 16-6-1 with a 2.18 goals against average and a 918 save percentage.
The Nashville Spartans, first of two against the Buffalo Stampede tonight at the Gary Force Acura Ice Arena. Come on inside and join us on the voice of the Nashville Spartans, Charlie Saunier. Swords up, prepare for glory. And welcome in, everybody, to the Gary Force Acura Ice Arena. Nashville Spartans hockey tonight, welcoming in the Buffalo Stampede. I am the voice of the Nashville Spartans, Charlie Saunier. Welcome to the Nashville Spartans on Flow Hockey. Spartans come into tonight's action, the Great Lakes Division, in second place after 40 games played. A record of 32-71, 65 points. That's some 3 points behind the first place Metro Jets. Durrett wheels through the offensive zone, carries it to the middle of the ice. Look to fire, and that puck is into the net. Good survey by Durrett. He puts the puck into the net. Spartans 1-0 lead. Buffalo turned aside. The Spartans exit out of the zone with Karaman and McCauley. McCauley chips it into the net. That is one impressive 2-on-1 rush right there. Finished off by the captain, Austin McCauley. And it's to the side of the net, and it is in. What an impressive pass, impressive effort. That's going to be Kyle Flynn off of the diagonal feed from the captain, Austin McCauley. The Spartans lead 3-0. It's going to be skated out by Chisholm all the way through the neutral zone, hands it off to Flynn. Flynn dangles through the offensive zone, and the Spartans put the puck in the net again. A nice dangle right there, working with the defense to get in deep for the fourth goal of the night. Clean with it, look to set up the breakup. First pass, clean, right through the zone to Karaman. That's going to give Karaman a chance to go straight to the net. Karaman tucks the puck in, and that's going to be a goal for the Spartans. Speed and separation kills, and it leads to the fifth goal of the game for the Nashville Spartans. Going 1-on-4, instead decides to wheel, turn back, tends it over to Wolfenbarger, who puts the puck into the net. Now that's actually Kyle Flynn on the secondary scoring opportunity, putting the rebound back into the net of the long shot from out at the point. Spartans now lead 6-1. Buffalo looking to break over the line with 1 minute to go on their power play. Turns it over to Karaman. Karaman around the defense. Karaman's got an opportunity for the shorthanded goal. And Karaman goes ahead and puts that puck into the net. Karaman on the backhand, shorthanded for the Nashville Spartans. Finishes the playoff. The defender got turned around, and it was all over from there. That's going to be Karaman moving the puck in. Spartans have multiple opportunities to score right here, and that's going to be Flynn putting the puck in the net. Yet again, crashing hard on the weak side for the Spartans' 8th goal of the game. Good tie up off the draw, and the Spartans get wing support. And they're able to take the puck away. Thomas Durrett over the blue line. Looks to slow things down. Good chip right there. Spartans come away with another goal. That's going to be Gino and Delicato at the back post, chipping that puck home for the Spartans. McCauley now looking to step in. Steps around one defender. Makes the pass across the slot. Spartans going back to the back post. And that's going to be McCauley putting the puck in the net yet again. What a red-hot period for this Nashville Spartans offense, led by the captain, Austin McCauley. 10-1 in favor of the Spartans. Spartans looking to get another offensive opportunity right here. Keenan fires the puck, looking for the redirect at the side of the net. By McCauley, could not quite connect. McCauley holds, sends it back to the blue line. Long shot looking for another redirect, and Chris Free gets that redirect at the front of the net. The Spartans are on the board again. Keenan uses the long reach to pick that pass off, skates towards the net, takes it to the net, drives hard, and the puck is now in the net. Initially stopped by Lucas Prince, followed up by Karaman. Rebound goal for the Nashville Spartans. Karaman's got 4 in this game. McCauley hands it off again to Karaman. Karaman over to Flynn. Flynn looks to close the distance to the net. He does so, gets in close range, and puts the puck in the net. Kyle Flynn with the 13th goal of the game for the Spartans. Lucky 13 goes to number 71. Slow things down as we quickly head to just 5 minutes to go here in regulation. Kerriman getting a little too fancy with the puck right there. He gets some support from Austin McCauley, who now is driving towards the net with speed, and he'll finish that play off for another goal. Austin McCauley, the captain of the Nashville Spartans, makes it 14-2. Buffalo dumps the puck down one more time. The Spartans are going to get there. Duncan Chisholm is going to get it, send it across to Keenan with just a couple of seconds to go. Keenan over the blue line. He'll look to go to the net one last time. Instead, he'll opt just to take it to the corner and let time expire. Classy move by Ronan Keenan right there to take the puck to the corner. You know he wanted to get on the score sheet before the end of this one. 14-2 is your final. Nashville Spartans pick up the victory over the Buffalo Stampede tonight.
I'm Charlie Saunier, voice of the Nashville Spartans, and the Spartans just completed a 14-2 victory over the Buffalo Stampede here at the Gary Force Acura Ice Arena. The team was paced by the captain, McCauley. 2 goals, 6 assists for 8 points, now 79 points on the season. Tied for the team lead with Kyle Flynn, who picked up 4 goals and 1 assist for 5 points in this game. Don't forget about the performance by Sean Kerriman, 4 goals, 3 assists, 7 points in this game. So your points leaders just for this game: McCauley with 8, Kerriman with 7, Flynn with 5. The Nashville Spartans come away with a 14-2 victory over the Buffalo Stampede, maintain their position in second in the Great Lakes Division, and keep putting the pressure on the Metro Jets. Same 2 teams tomorrow night right here, same location, same puck drop time. The only difference is it's not going to be a cold and rainy Friday night. It's going to be a cold and rainy Saturday night. Look forward to seeing you out here at the Gary Force Acura Ice Arena or live on Flow Hockey. I'm Charlie Saunier, voice of the Nashville Spartans. Swords up, prepared for glory.